Stomata in grass leaf or dumbbell shape. Chelone, animal chelone is not a homeotherm. Oxygen is not produced during photosynthesis by green sulfur bacteria. Earthworm does not undergo metamorphosis. Here is a matching. Herbarium is a place where dried and pressed plant specimens mounted on sheet are kept. Key, a booklet containing a list of characters and their alternates which are helpful in identification of various taxa. Museum, it is a place having a collection of preserved plants and animals. Catalog, a list that enumerates methodically all the species found in an area with a brief description aiding identification. Aves characterized by crop and gizzard in its digestive system. Sweet potato is a modified adventitious root. Matchings, unicellular organisms, chlorella, Gemma cups marcantia, biflagellate juice spores, brown algae. Wrong statement is uniflagellate gametes and polysiphonia is wrong statement. Casparian strips occurs in endodermis. Winged pollen grains are present in pinus. Human dentition sequence is thecodont, diphodont, and heterodont. Plants having little or no secondary growth or grasses. After karyogamy followed by meiosis, spores are produced exogenously in agaricus. Presence of caudal styles is used to identify a male cockroach from a female cockroach. And diatoms are known as sheep producer in the oceans. Many ribosomes may associate with a single mRNA to form multiple copies of a polypeptide simultaneously. Such string of ribosomes are termed as polysome. Here is matching. Lamb brush chromosomes, diplotin bivalents. Allosomes, sex chromosomes. Submetacentric chromosomes, L-shaped chromosomes. Here wrong matching is polytene chromosomes, oocytes of amphibians is wrong statement. Matching ribosome, nucleic acid. The Golgi complex participates in formation of secretory vesicles. Ferric form of iron absorbed by plants. NADPH is not a product of light reaction of photosynthesis. Ciliates differ from all other protozoans in having two types of nuclei. What is the role of NAD plus in cellular respiration? Answer is it functions as an electron carrier. Enzymes of TCA cycle are present in mitochondrial matrix. Glycosis occurs in systole. Glycosis operates as long as it is supplied with NAD that can pick up hydrogen atoms. Oxidative phosphorylation takes place in outer mitochondrial membrane is the wrong statement. Pneumatophores occurs in halophytes. The stage during which separation of the paired homologous chromosomes begins is diplotin. Parietal cells indirectly helps in erythropoiesis. Tidal volume is equal to 500 to 550 ml. Inspiratory reserve volume 2500 to 3000 ml. Expiratory reserve volume 1000 to 1100 ml. Residual volume is 1100 to 1200 ml. Secondary xylem and phloem in dicot stem are produced by vascular cambium. Another matching tricuspid valve between right atrium and right ventricle. Bicuspid valve between left atrium and left ventricle. Semi-lunar valve between right ventricle and pulmonary artery. Another matching fibrinogen blood clotting. Globulin defense mechanism. Albumin osmotic balance. Potassium is responsible for maintaining turgor in cells. Cell wall is present in members of fungi and plantae. Mushrooms belongs to Basidiomystes. Mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell in all kingdoms except Monera. Pseudopodia are locomotory and feeding structures in sporozoans is wrong statement. World's Ozone Day is celebrated on 6th September. Nucleus is a site for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. Glycosuria is the presence of glucose in urine. Gout, accumulation of uric acid in joints. Renal calculi, mass of crystallized salts within the kidney. Glomerular nephritis, inflammation of glomeruli. Another matching. Ultrafiltration, Malphizian carbuncles. Concentration of urine, Henle's loop. Transport of urine, ureter. Storage of urine, urinary bladder. Two functional groups characteristic of sugars are carboxyl and hydroxyl. Asthma, inflammation of bronchioles. Emphysema, decreased respiratory surface. Phospholipid synthesis does not occur in rough endoplasmic reticulum. Calcium is important in skeletal muscle contraction because it binds to troponin to remove the masking of active sites on actin for myosin. Nissel bodies are mainly composed of free ribosomes and RER. Silicosis is an occupational respiratory disorder. Ovules are not enclosed by ovary wall in gymnosperms. Examples of divergent evolution are four limbs of man and bat and a cheetah. Heart of bat, man and a cheetah. Brain of bat, man and a cheetah. But eye of octopus, bat, and man are not a divergent evolution. The correct order of steps in polymerase chain reaction PCR is denaturation, annealing, and extinction. Yucca shows a very close relationship with a species of moth, where none of the two can complete its life cycle without the other. Medulla oblongata controls respiration and cardiovascular reflexes. Hypothalamus, production of releasing hormones and regulation of temperature, hunger and thirst. Corpus callosum, band of fibers connecting left and right cerebral hemisphere. Limbic system consists of fiber tracts that interconnect different regions of brain. Controls movement. It's not correct. It is not a correct. It's a wrong statement. Offsets are produced by meiotic divisions. Pollen grains can be stored for several years in liquid nitrogen having a temperature of 196 degrees centigrade. What is the difference between spermiogenesis and spermiation? Answer is in spermiogenesis, spermatozoa are formed. In spermination, spermatozoa are released from Sertoli cells into the cavity of seminiferous tubules. In elephantosis, mosquitoes transmitted pathogen cause chronic inflammation of lymphatic vessels. Epinephrine is an amino acid derived hormone. Menstruation, breakdown of endometrial lining. Secretory phase, luteal phase. Proliferative phase, end follicular phase. Stomatal movement is not affected by O2 concentration. The transparent lens in the human eye is held in its place by ligament attached to the ciliary body. Dominance, codominance, and multiple dominance represent inheritance of blood groups in humans. In stratosphere, chlorine element acts as a catalyst in degradation of ozone and release of molecular oxygen. Estrogen and parathyroid hormone can play a significant role in osteoporosis. A woman has an X-linked condition on one of her X chromosomes. These chromosomes can be inherited by both sons and daughters. Sporopollenin has proved helpful in preserving pollen as a fossils. The experimental proof for semi-conservative replication of DNA was first shown in bacterium. Francois Jacob and Jacques Mond Lacoperon. An operator, structural genes, and a promoter are part of an operon, except an enhancer. The amnion of mammalian embryo is derived from ectoderm and mesoderm. According to Hugo de Vries, the mechanism of evolution is saltation. Alzheimer's disease is not an autoimmune disease. Latex of poppy plant is used to obtain the drug smack. The contraceptive Saheli blocks estrogen receptors in the uterus, preventing eggs from getting implanted. Saccharomyces is not a prokaryote. The similarity of bone structure in the forelimbs of many vertebrates is an example of homology. ABO blood grouping is a codominance. XO type sex determination, grasshopper. TH Morgan linkage. Here wrong statement matching is starch synthesis in P is multiple LLS. Wrong statement. In India, the organization responsible for assessing the safety of introducing genetically modified organisms for public use is Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee GEAC. Double fertilization is a singamy and a triple fusion. A new variety of rice was patented by a foreign company, though such varieties have been present in India for a long time. This is relevant to basmati. Niche is the functional role played by the organism where it lives. Bamboo species flowers only once in its lifetime. Natality refers to birth rate. Punnett square was developed by a British scientist. In a growing population of a country, pre-reproductive individuals are more than the reproductive individuals. Retrovirus is commonly used as a vector for introducing a DNA fragment in human lymphocytes. Which population interaction is widely used in medical science for the production of antibiotics? Answer is emmensualism. Wildlife safari parks, botanical gardens, and seed banks are ex situ. Sacred groves are in situ. Conservations. O3 is a secondary pollutant. AGGTATCG is a sequence from the coding strand of a gene. What will be the corresponding sequence of the transcribed mRNA? Answer is AGGUA UCG Conversion of milk to curd improves its nutritional value by increasing the amount of vitamin B12. Here is another match. Eutrophication is nutrient enrichment. Sanitary landfill, waste disposal. Snow blindness, UVB radiation. Jhum cultivation is deforestation. Hormones secreted by the placenta to maintain pregnancy are HCG, HPL, progesterones, and estrogens. Use of bioresources by multinational companies and organizations without authorization from the concerned country and its people is called biopiracy. What type of ecological pyramid would obtain with the following data? Secondary consumer 120G, primary consumer 60G, primary producers 10G. Answer is inverted pyramid of biomass.